I haven't drawn in over 2 months, and due to my lack of progress in digital art, my art skill is less than ideal. So I'm starting over, going back to the basics where every line is shaky and subpar, and I'm going to show the journey here for all to see. Hey humans, I'm Nina, and this is my YouTube channel, Nina vs. Art. I'm a beginner in digital art. In the beginning of my practice, I was very dialed in and try hard. This helped me produce pieces that I felt were pretty good for my skill level, but obviously wasn't where I wanted to be. These are what you're seeing on the screen now. This is a collection of 4 speed paints that I've done over the course of a year. At the end, you will see the piece that I did most recently after a long break. Meaning, after having drawn and expecting it to look perfect. As you guys are watching the pieces on screen, comment down below what you think of them. Which of the 4 were your favorites? Any constructive criticism would be great. That's one of the benefits of showing your work even when it's not at the level that you want it to be. You can receive constructive feedback on your work, and it can help you improve your skills. This can also help me connect with you guys and build a community around progressing and learning and becoming better digital artists. As these play on the screen, I'm just going to chat with you guys. Very unscripted, conversational. I don't know how good of an idea this is, but that's what editing is for, and this is my first YouTube video, so no rules, off the cuff. When I started learning digital art a year ago, it wasn't easy. Shocker, I know, but I was frustrated that it wasn't just coming to me. I hate not getting something right away, and that has been my experience with art. I somehow had the notion that I could practice something like 20 times and be amazing at it. I somehow thought that I could just start and immediately be on God tier level, like Guwei's or Wallop. Wallop? W-L-O-P? That guy. I honestly don't know what planet I was living on. I mean, anyone can draw or paint. Anyone can draw or paint extremely well, but most have to work hard to reach that. My frustration led me to not draw as much and then eventually not draw at all. I was looking for perfection. I want to make comics and cool illustrations and have art be my full-time job, and yet my skills aren't at the level where I can do that successfully yet. Because of my lack of drawing, there has been no progression. It has actually been more of a decline. It makes it even harder to progress if I draw for 2 days and then don't even scribble a circle for 2 months. Any skill that I gained in the 2 days most obviously dissipated. I thought that I couldn't start my YouTube channel until my art skill level was at least demigod tier. But if I wasn't going to start now, I probably would have never started. It's like that saying, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Probably something I seen on Reddit, my favorite social media platform. Through this channel, I can document my progress, share what I learn along the way, and overall have fun in my battle against art. Posting provides consistency in practicing my art every day. Consistency equals mileage, and mileage equals God tier, period. The last piece that was on screen and this guy now, I had been practicing a lot in drawing faces and just focusing on doing black and white because I couldn't do color to save my life. And I was looking at the Asaro head and trying to figure out shading, trying to understand the facial features, watching a ton of YouTube tutorials. And I thought that I was doing pretty good with the progress. I mean, they looked like people, they didn't look like aliens, it looked like there was some sort of lighting, and in my opinion, it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't amazing because they took me a long time to do, a long time to figure out, and I always felt like during the process I was constantly unsure and in doubt of where the next line was supposed to be, what technique I should use, what type of shading I should do, Should it be a soft line or a hard line, soft edge or a hard edge? And still now, I don't have the answers to these questions. I probably would have made a lot more progress if I would have continued to practice on this every single day instead of getting discouraged and then stopping. I was losing sight of why I wanted to do art in the first place. I was losing sight of where I wanted to be. I wanted to showcase my art. I wanted feedback. This piece was one of my favorites. I used a ton of reference. I used another artist's work as reference and other techniques and other hairstyles, and I just compiled a lot of pictures together. I found that it was much easier to copy another artist than it was to copy like the real human face, because I could see the techniques that they use. I can see the brush strokes. I can understand the shading better. At first I thought, well, that this is cheating or that I shouldn't do it like this. But then Mark Brunette comes out with his yearly digital art course on his YouTube channel. And in one of the lessons, it says to copy the artwork, but only use line art and things like that. I felt that that's a good way to learn. I mean, that's why in university, if you go to art school, that's why master's studies are done. So I felt that in this piece, I made a lot of strides, mostly because I was able to look at the technique of another work and immediately apply it and do it in my own way, make her darker skinned girl with curly hair. I also realized that I like the style. It reminds me of comics and manga and the illustrations that I want to do. And hopefully through my study and my practice, I can make more pieces in art like this. The piece on screen now is my litmus test. This is my first piece back into digital art after all that time away. It obviously shows my decline. Like, I honestly had no idea what I was doing the entire time I was drawing. I felt like I was trying to explain astrophysics in Norwegian when I don't know a thing about either. Through painting this, there are obvious things I need to work on. The structure of the head, the anatomy is a little bit off. I'm pretty sure if I flip the canvas, it's not going to look too bright. I was trying to bring back that comic style and do the line art in that way, and I think that the sketch turned out pretty okay. For not having drawn in a very long time, the sketch turned out pretty well. We're not going to talk about the hair because I just really can't do hair, and there was too many little tubes and I wasn't thinking about it clearly. And though I hadn't done color, I thought it would be a brilliant idea for my first piece back into drawing to try color. And I just went about it the completely wrong way. I wasn't looking at values correctly. I wasn't shading correctly. The Asaro head completely went out of my brain. I don't understand what I was doing with this red color. I mean, come on. It was just a big mess. Though I know that this piece isn't good and there are a lot of strides that I have to make, I still want to post my progress. I still want to showcase my work. If you're in the beginning stages of your art journey, post on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or Reddit. Showcase your art even when it isn't good enough. The process will humble you, bring you back to earth, and help you grow by keeping you accountable. At least I believe that will be the case for me. If you've been doing art for a while but are still not happy with your skills, at least by saying that there are things you have to improve on means you still have room to grow. It means that you aren't plateauing and art can still be interesting for you. If you're a beginner like I am, here are some tips that help me and may be helpful to you. Study the work of other artists. That is how you learn new techniques and stay inspired. Don't neglect the pencil and sketchbook. Not having double tap or Control-Z can be a blessing in disguise. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and show those mistakes. Everything does not have to be perfect. Art is for experimentation, and you can always undo those mistakes. More importantly, don't give up on your art journey like I was ready to do. Paint 10,000 pieces, fill 1,000 pages, and remember, mileage, mileage, mileage. So this is my first YouTube video ever, and this is my current raw, trashy skill level, and that's okay. On this channel, I'm going to show you my progress in learning art, portraits, landscape, comics, illustration, character design, all of the above. I'm going to do art challenges and come up with character design challenges and put in the work. I'm going to make sure that I'm drawing consistently every day and show you the resources that I use, show you the warm-ups that I do, and just share my work in this stage, in this very beginning stage. If you made it this far, all the way to the end, thank you very much for the watch time. If you like the vibe here and you want to join the battle against art, then subscribe down below. Until next time, thanks for existing.